Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rebecca. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve Cambridge IGCSE ICT question paper 2, and we're going to focus on database. So this is February-March 2024 exam paper. For this question paper, I have solved the document production task and the presentation task. You can look through the playlist and you'll find the video. So let's proceed to the database task. Okay, so you're going to prepare some report. Make sure that all currency value displays the same currency symbol. So you need to take note of this. Displays the same currency symbol and are set to 2 decimal places. Examine the file co2games.csv and identify the most appropriate field to set as a primary key. Okay, so we go to the file first, co2games. Okay, so this is the file. You may want to expand all the field so that you can see the data properly. Okay, so for us to identify primary key, so a primary key must be a field that is unique. Okay, it must be a field that is unique, does not have repeated values. So when you look at it, this column C, column D, column E, they look more appropriate for primary key, but how can we identify which one? Okay, so a primary key should not have repeated values, meaning a primary key column should not have repeated values. And if you look at gen code, you can see that they are repeated values. So this cannot be our primary key. When you look at age code, I can see here we have repeated values. Okay, so most likely game code is our primary key. But for us to be sure, so we can use what we call conditional formatting. So click on conditional formatting, highlight cells, and then duplicate values. So you want this to use this method to identify any cells or any duplicated values. So just click on OK. And if you scroll down, if you can find any cells with a color, that means the data is duplicated. Okay, so the data is not duplicated. Just to be clear on what I just explained, let me use gen code as an example. So conditional formatting, highlight cells, duplicate values. Okay, you can see that all of these values are duplicated. That is why the cell is highlighted with red color. Okay, so our primary key is game code. We are going to close this file. Don't save. Okay, back to the question. Using database software, import the file co2games. So let's open our database. Okay, so go to external data and then text file, browse. Go to your folder. So co2games, then open. Okay, next. Okay, you will want to check this box. First row contains field names, and then next. Okay, so we need to choose our primary key. Our primary key is game code. Okay, this is our primary key, game code. You may want to click advanced here, or you can do that later to change the data type. Okay, so we go to next and then finish. Close. Okay, now we are going to go to the design view so that we can adjust, check and adjust the data type. Okay, so the data type, we have text number. Okay, text number. So the number, what's the Okay, integer 0 decimal place. So decimal place should be 0. If you want to check if that's correct, you can just go to the click on the view and then datasheet view and then look at the release year. So 0 decimal place. Then we have gen code, game code. Okay, we have 4 text, 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 text. Then next we have number or currency, and it's stored in decimal place, 2 decimal place with the currency symbol. Okay, so we choose currency, then decimal place 2. Let's check. Okay, the price is in 2 decimal place. Okay, then the console type text, platform text, console text, platform text. And then we have global sales number. Then we have decimal integer, both number. This is decimal. Okay, how many decimal place? 2 decimal places. You can make this standard just to be on the safe side. Decimal place 2. And the last one, rank, is number 0 decimal place integer. Rank. Okay, number 0 decimal place. Let's see. Rank is 0 decimal place. Okay, that's done. Set the identified field as the primary key. This is done. Then save the data and place in your evidence documents a screenshot showing the field names, data type, and the primary key used in the table. So we go to the design view and then we have to show all of this. Okay, so we take a screenshot and then you place that in your evidence file as evidence 11. Okay, import the file CO2 classification.csv as a new table in your database. Okay, so we go to external data, we import another file, CO2 classification. Okay, next, take the first row as the field names. Next. Okay, so use the field names and data types provided. Set H code as a primary key. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the field names, data types, and primary key used in the table. So we need to set H code as primary key, H code, next, and then finish. Okay, so we go to the design view to take a screenshot as evidence. Okay, and then place this in your evidence document as evidence step 12. Now import the file CO2 genre as a new table in your database. Use the field names and data types provided. Then set gen code as the primary key. Okay. External data, text file. Next. Take the first row. Next. Choose your primary key. Gen code. next, finish. And then you open the file, go to design view. Okay, so we need to place the evidence. Place the screenshot of the evidence in your evidence file. This is step 13. Okay, the next step. Create one-to-many relationships as links between gen code in the genre table and gen code in the games table. So we need to import general code and games table first. We go to database tools, click on relationship. General table and games. Add, and then games. Add. Then we are also going to need classification for the second one. Okay, we'll need classification for the second one. So I'm going to add all, and I'm going to expand this. Okay, so our relationship should be between gen code and gen code in both tables. So from gen code to gen code here. Create. And then age code in the classification table, and then age code in the games table. So age code in the classification first. So from here, age code, and then in the games table, age code. Okay, then we create the relationship. Okay, now we need to place in our evidence document screenshot showing the types of relationship between the three tables. So we need to create relationship screenshot evidence for each one. So right click, edit relationship, and then take a screenshot for the first relationship. Then we'll place this in our evidence documents. It's step 14. And then we go back again. Okay, for the second relationship, right click, edit relationship, and then we take a screenshot for our evidence. We place this also under this evidence. Okay, the next step. Add the following as a new record in the games table. So in the games table, we need to add all of these as a new record. Save. This is the games table. So we need to go to the last part, the last record. So create a new record. And then the year 2006. Then we have the gen code G6, and then the game code this. Okay, G6, the age code is C3, and then the game publisher is Creation Heart. C3, the price 18.8, then the console types Saros 360. Then the platform is GD7. The platform is GD7. The global sales 4.86. And then the rank is 203. The rank is 203. Then I'm going to save. Okay, if we go back to Okay, just global sales is current, should be currency. Okay, global sales should be currency. And if we look at the instruction here, make sure all currency values display the same currency symbols. Okay, this is numbered. Okay, that's fine. Using fields from all three tables, produce a tabular report. Okay, so for us to produce a tabular report, we need to first of all create query. Okay, so we're going to create query using these field names. Okay, using these details. Okay, so you go to our database, click on create, and then query wizard. Okay, we're using all the three tables. So we start with game title, genre, and age category. Game title, genre, and age category. Age category. Then we have release year. Release year. Okay, release year. Then we have console type and rank. Console type, and then we have rank. And display and labels displayed in full. Do not group the data. Okay. So we go next. Okay, you can make this query 1 and then finish. Okay, so now we need to do the filter. So we need to select the records where console type begins with the text Cyrus. Okay, so we go to the design view, console type. So the criteria should be the text begin with Cyrus. So we write CYRUS and then star. Okay, then click on run. So let's see console type. So the text begin with Cyrus. Okay, and we can see our record has reduced to 75. Okay, the release year is 2010 or later. 2010 or later. So that means it's either 2010 or greater than 2010. So we go back to the design view. Okay, release year is greater or equals to 2010. Run. Okay, we can see that the release year is either 2010 or greater. Okay, and our record has reduced to 32 records. Okay, sort the data into ascending order of rank. Okay, so this is the point where we need to create our report. Click on create and then report wizard. Yes, save. So we are using query 1. We are going to move all. Next. Okay, ensure that the data is not grouped. If you're saying something like this, you need to change. If you're saying something like this, you need to change. So you choose this. Okay, next. Okay, so do we have any sorting? Yes, we have. Sort the data into ascending order of rank. Next. Okay, so what's our table orientation? Okay, so it is portrait and fits on a single page. It is portrait. Okay, it's portrait. Next. Okay, the title of our report. So the title of our report should be Latest Cyrus Console Games. Okay, next. Okay, this is our report. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go to the layout view and then adjust all of this one after the other. So the first one should be game title and genre. Game title. Okay, as we can see, the order has been disorganized. It's not in the correct order again. Okay, so I'm going to move rank. Okay, this needs to be expanded more because there's still some text not showing properly. You may need to scroll down to check and ensure that all text are visible. Okay, so then the next is we have genre and then we have age category. Okay, genre. Then we have age category. Age category. Okay, this should be age category. Okay, the next we have release year, console type. Release year. And then console type. And then we have rank. Okay, and that's it. So we need to ensure that the title is displayed in a larger font size, fully visible at the top of the page. Okay, this is displayed in a larger font size. Has your name, center number, and candidate number on the report. Okay, so to do that, we just go to the design view. So our name, center number, and candidate number, we can remove this. Okay. Your name, center number, and then candidate number. So if we go back to print preview, you should find your name, center number, and candidate number. Okay, and that's it for report 1. So we just need to save. Using fields from the games table and classification table, produce a tabular report. Okay, so we are going to produce a tabular report, and the report should show all of these field names. Okay, so let's create query wizard. Okay, so we are making use of only games and classification table. So the first field name is game title, age category. Game title, age category. Then we have global sales, game publisher. Global sales, game publisher. Then we have console type, price. Console type, and then we have price, and then we have sales. Okay, so I believe sales is not part of the field names we have already. It's a field name that we need to create. Okay, so click on next. Make this query 2. and then finish. Okay, so we go to the design view. Okay, now we are going to create this new field name. So the report should contain these new field names, which is calculated at runtime. This field will display the percentage sales for each game in this selection. The total number of games sold was 354. So we need to use global sales. So we need to have global sales divided by 354. Okay, this needs to be in bracket. Then multiplied by 100. And we need to format this field to display with 2 decimal places. Okay, so to do this, now we need to create the new field name. So to create the new field name, so place the field name sales underscore percent and then column, and then you're going to open a bracket and then type global sales. Okay, global sales divided, okay, we need to close the bracket and then divided by 354. Close the bracket, then multiplied by 100. Okay, so let's run this. Run. Okay, so we should have this. Now the next question says format this field to display with 2 decimal place. So this field, click on database tools, design, property sheet. So the format is standard and it should be how many decimal place? 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places. The format should be currency. Remember, it's a sales price, so it should be currency. Sales. Okay, so run. Okay, so we have currency and 2 decimal places. Okay, this is done. Okay, now we have to filter the records. Okay, so the game title should include the text Thomas. Should include the text Thomas. So we go to design view, game title, include the text Thomas. Okay, let's be sure the spelling is correct. Okay, Thomas. And then star. Okay, run. Okay, so every field with the text Thomas will be shown. Okay, then we have age code is C3 or C7. Age code, is it age code? Yeah, age code. Okay, but we don't have age code in the items that needs to be displayed. Okay, so we're going to add age code here. Okay, so age code, but then we need to uncheck this because we don't want these to appear in our report. So we're going to uncheck this. So then we have the criteria C3 or C7. C3 or C7. So let's run. Okay, our record has reduced to 42 records. Okay, this is done. So now we need to sort the data into ascending order of console type and descending order of global sales. Okay, to do this, then we need to start our report. Go to create, report wizard, of course, save, move everything, next, next, next. Okay, so the sorting should be in ascending order of console type, and then descending order of global sales. Descending order of global sales, descending. Next. So what is our orientation? Okay, the page orientation is landscape. Landscape. Next. Okay, the title for the report. So this is the title for the report. Junior Thomas Games. And then finish. Okay, so we have our report. Okay, but now we need to just check to ensure that they are arranged accordingly. Okay, so we have the first, we have game title, age category. Okay, it has been disorganized, so we just go back to the layout view. Okay, I'm going to adjust this. So first we have game title, age category, game title. Okay, so I'm going to move this. Okay, I'm going to expand this to make sure that all the data are fully visible. Okay, okay, that's done. Game title, and the next we have is games category. I'm sorry, age category. Okay, age category. I believe this is age category. Okay, age category. That's done. Then we have global sales and game publisher. Global sales. Global sales. Okay, and then game publisher. Okay, check that all data are fully visible. Okay, and the next we have console type and price. So we have console type. Console type. And then we have price. Okay, and then the next we have sales. Okay, that's done. Calculate the average price and place this below the price column at the end of the report. Format this value as currency with 2 decimal place. Okay, the average price, so you just click here and then click on totals and then average. Okay, this should be below. Okay, so this should be in currency and 2 decimal place. Okay, that's done. Okay, this is done. Label has the label average game price fully visible to the left of this value. Okay, we need to have a label called average game price. So right click and then set caption. Okay. Okay. Has your center number, name, candidate number in the footer of the report so it appears in the same position on every page. Okay, so we go to design view. Then we're going to have a candidate details. Okay, let's go to the print review. So this should appear on every page of our report. Okay, save and print your report. Place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the database formula used to calculate the average price. Make sure the formula is fully visible. Okay, so we go to our design view and this is the formula. Okay, so you can just expand this so that the formula is fully visible. Then screenshot and then place this in your evidence document. Okay, and that's the end of database task. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.